Brandon, what was your reaction, obviously, to getting the deal done with Derwin?
Just really excited for him. It's just really special. Anytime you see a dream come true, and that's that's what happened today. Is the dream came true for him, and you know how hard that he had to work in order to make it happen. This wasn't like every other big contract that gets signed, because you know what he had to go through in order to make it to this point in his pro football career. He overcame a lot to earn this contract, and he earned every cent of it. We love him, and it was great to see him out there, in number 3, in shoulder pads and a helmet, and he was a big leader for us today out there.
Do you have a feeling over the past couple of days that it was close to getting done?
Yeah, I think all along we were just very close. I think these contracts, when they're so big, is just over little things. You just got to stay patient and positive with the process, and he was fantastic. I can't imagine it ever going any better with a player. He sets a pretty high bar, but just patience on both sides, respect on both sides, and it came together nicely.
So from a coaching standpoint, all your pieces are in place now, so now it's just pure football. What's that like to not have, it was a minor distraction, but it was a distraction a little bit. What's it like to have that out of the way now?
Yeah, I mean, for Derwin, he was just how he always is every day, and so that's what made camp so normal for us, is he was just operating like he always does. And then on the field, I think what we're able to do is take advantage of these, this 3 weeks, and take a look at a lot of other guys and see how it is, and see what they can do. And now that we get him back, I think that we're able to kind of really focus our defense for sure, and then also come together as a football team, because when he's on the football field, our whole team is different, not just our defense. And I'm looking forward to take advantage of these next 4 weeks of practice.
What were your impressions today, just of what you saw today?
Yeah, I really, number one, my hat goes off to the Cowboys, their organization, their players. I thought it was just a really good competitive day. We got a lot of good work in. I thought there was respect on both sides, but a lot of good players on that football field, and 2 really good teams, I think. And I thought the special teams period were really good, one-on-ones. And then, the team periods, we were able to get a lot of situations covered, and there was a lot of good football on both sides, and that's the way it should be when you got 2 good teams playing against each other.
What's the plan as far as phasing Derwin back in? I know he said he's going to be ready next week. I'm sure he's ready right now, but yeah. What's sort of the plan as far as phasing him?
We had to keep him out of this practice today. This is no easy task. But we're just going to get him through individual this week, making sure that we put him through, all the unchoreographed movement, shoulder pads, helmet, getting that off the ground this week, take advantage of tomorrow, the next day, and then the game day, working him out in pads. And then next week he's going to get back into 7-on-7 and some of the team stuff. But we're going to make sure that we ramp him up the right way, and we're going to have to hold him back because it won't be easy.
What's that like during the team periods today? You're calling the plays. It's almost like you guys are attached at the hip.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And he's helping, he's barking out stuff as well. What's that chemistry that's
Well, it's just it's the ultimate synergy, and he knows how I call things, and he knows what to expect, and then he's anticipating. Okay, he gets that call, and then his mindset is, I'm out there, and it's amazing what you'll be able to listen to if you guys could hear him mic'd up, how on top of it he is. Like when he gets a play call and then that formation breaks, like he is so on top of it, and it just makes you feel so good because what he does for everybody when he's out there. But he's one of these guys that when he's on the sideline, it's like he's out there, and he'll be a big lift for us next week when he gets back into practice.
What do you think of the defensive work today without him?
I liked the competition. I felt like we were able to play a lot of guys. I thought we were physical at the line of scrimmage. They got a good O-line. They got 2 of the best backs that you're going to defend, and bigger guys. Zeke is as good of a contact back as there is. He's got as good a vision and pace as there is, and Pollard, he's dynamic. So to be able to face 2 guys like that was great for us. A quality tight end, a quarterback like Dak who, is so experienced and has seen it all, and there's a lot of good coaches over there. So I thought it was really good competition both sides, and I liked the way we competed on defense today. I felt like we took the field the right way, and I liked the physicality and the toughness overall.
I know you.
I think he's too wise to be a coach, man. Maybe he'll be coaching in Haines City, or maybe he'll coach his son Trey someday. But he's too smart to coach in the NFL.
I know you were on the other field coaching the defense. When we talked to Austin, he just mentioned that they're throwing a lot of different looks at them in terms of pressures and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that sort of by design that you want them to go in as an offensive line, as a protection system, and sort of figure it out on the fly?
Yeah.
Is that part of it?
This is the perfect place to figure it out, and you want to be able to do that. Some of the unscouted looks, like, hey, yeah, you know what Dallas did last year, but maybe they've added some new things based on new people they have, and that's part of why these practices are valuable, is so that you can go against somebody else's personnel and scheme and then test your rules. These aren't game plan practices. We've kind of got rules of engagement about, making sure the other side knows what groupings we're playing and stuff like that. But you want to go play ball and figure it out. And, that's why these practices are awesome. And, that's a really good defensive group over there. And, I can't wait to look at the tape.
Brandon, it looked like on the defensive side that the Cowboys had some big runs early, but it seemed like you guys adjusted as that.
They did not have big runs early. It's just you can't tackle backs to the ground. So it's going to look like there's runs, because we're not going to tackle live. But we played outstanding up front today, really physical. But, you're not going to tackle these guys low to the ground. So we're going to keep everybody safe, and that's why it was such a good practice, because the respect was high on both sides.
Just some injury stuff to check in on. How close is Donald with the hamstring?
Yeah, I think, he's week to week on that. Just still being patient. But hopefully next week, we can kind of start phasing him into working. But he's progressing, but I would say more week to week than day to day.
Forrest Merrill ended up on IR. What happened with Forrest?
Just a shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, shoulder surgery.
And then Kenneth Murray.
Yeah.
We're going to ask about him in a little bit. Just how close is he to getting back?
Yeah, I think 5 days. I think barring a 5 days, the 22nd, I think is when he'll be back. So looking forward to that. He's doing very well. Worked really hard.
Hey, Coach, would you comment on how this benefits a team when we have a guy who out there, he did this through OTAs, but he continuously does this. Number 5, Josh Palmer, continuously trying to improve his game. Can you talk about how that, the message that gets to the rest of the team?
Yeah, just gym rat. He's just a gym rat, loves to work at his game, loves to compete. I think quarterbacks feel good throwing to him because they know what he puts into his game, and he's trying to become a complete receiver, play outside, inside, be a possession threat, deep threat, and a security blanket for us, and a guy that can line up anywhere. So he's improving. I really like how he's playing on special teams too, and he's one of these young players that's really going to be a factor for us.
Just Joe Reed and Damon Lloyd we didn't see out there today?
D. Lloyd had an ankle that we're just trying to calm down, nothing serious, and then Joe just had an illness today, just an illness, not serious, but just was sick today.
Brandon, did something happen with Amike?
Yeah, he I think it's a soft tissue nature, nothing serious, but just kind of holding him out.